Welcome to another episode of Time About the Movies. Today we're taking a look at the films of Labor Day weekend 2000, September 1st to be exact. We only got two movies to look at today, and they're not really good movies, or notable movies in particular, so we can get through this pretty quickly. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend, and that is the crossover that everyone had been waiting for. If you're one of the few fans of the Highlander series, we have Highlander Endgame.
For centuries, immortals have moved silently among us, knowing that in the end there could be only one. But now, in this world, in this time, I don't care about the game. I don't care about the rules. A supernatural enemy has grown too strong for any immortal to face alone.
He's surrounded himself by immortals, loyal only to him.
There has never been a more powerful immortal.
They're the worst.
What has always been a fight for one
Neither one of us can beat him alone.
has now become a battle two must face
You and Connor are like brothers.
together.
One of us has to die now, and you know it.
Highlander Endgame.
Yeah, needless to say, there was a much better crossover that came out about 19 years later that used the name Endgame, and I think that speaks for itself, but... Excuse me. But, Highlander Endgame. This is the fourth film in the Highlander film series, and it serves as both a continuation of the Highlander film series, as well as the Highlander TV series, which was apparently a success when it came out in '93. Ran for 5 seasons in syndication, and it was more of an international hit than a hit here in the U.S., so I guess that's considered somewhat of a success. So you have the star of that show, Duncan MacLeod, played by Adrian Paul, the lead character of that series, and then you have Connor MacLeod, played by Christopher Lambert, the lead character of the films, and they have to work together to deal against a new enemy named Jacob Kell, who's a powerful immortal who is willing to break any rule to win the prize. And, isn't this kind of the same plot of every other Highlander movie, honestly? Like, you have somebody that wants to break the rules so much they want to do whatever it takes to live forever. Like, I mean, this would be fun, maybe, if there were fans of the TV series that were really into this, but you think with a crossover like this, there'd be more excitement for it, but this thing barely made any money at the box office. It kind of came and went, and, like, it didn't even make back its budget of $25 million. It only brought in, like, $15 million in general. But, I don't know, like, even people who are probably fans of the TV show, I don't think they would even get invested in this, because you really can't get invested in this. Like, if you can't get invested in two legendary things coming together into one movie, you clearly made some big mistakes in your life, and this film should be more exciting when you're combining the film's lead and the TV show's lead. I mean, it's like, how do you even fail at that? Like, maybe because the people who made this had nothing to do with the Highlander TV series in general. Maybe that's why it didn't work. I mean, nobody here works on the Highlander movie. Nobody here works from the Highlander TV series except the leading stars. And other than that, though, there's just nothing there. I mean, it's a boring, bland movie that feels like a lot of the other Highlander movies. Like, there really isn't anything there to really say about it that's any good. You don't buy into the chemistry between the two leads. Like, you're supposed to be really excited to see these two together. This is like the equivalent of, Jean-Luc Picard and Captain Kirk meeting up in Star Trek Generations. But even then, they didn't go all the way with it. But it was still fun to see them on the screen together. Here it's not. Like, you really cannot tell the difference between these two at all, because their acting just isn't all that good whatsoever. And it's just like, it just doesn't work. It does not work as a whole. It's a film that feels like a waste of time on so many levels. I feel for the Highlander fans any of them out there who were legitimately excited for this, because really, we do not get to see anything of that noteworthiness here. It just feels like a waste of time. It feels like a waste of time and a last-ditch effort to save this series, which they made one more movie after this. Unfortunately, it went straight to sci-fi, so this was the last time anybody could see this on the big screen, and you probably would think they would expect more from this. Or at least I think they would, but, yeah, Highlander Endgame did not work as well as I think they wanted it to. So with that said, let's move on to the last movie here, and that is Amanda Peet in the comedy Whipped.
Destination Films brings you the naughtiest sex comedy you've ever seen. Vlog Magazine says Whipped is a riotous romp through dating hell.
Next, please.
It snaps, crackles, and pops with raunchy fun.
Nice.
Rolling Stone says Amanda Peet is primed to explode. She blew you away in the whole 9 yards. Now she's going all the way.
Who's your daddy?
Whipped.
I think that was the most you ever asked me about myself.
Rated R. Starts Friday, September.
The story here is that you have 3 single men gathering at a local restaurant every Sunday so they can discuss each other's sex lives. However, when each of them falls in love with one beautiful woman, played by Amanda Peet, their weekly ritual becomes something of a trial, and their once-strong friendship is put at risk. And let me put it this way. If you go on to Celebrity Movie Archive, which is this website that's basically the equivalent to Mr. Skin. If you want to find, like, is a specific nude scene from anything in between, they'll usually have it on there. Let's just say that if a movie is claiming itself to be a raunchy sex comedy, and then you go onto this website and you cannot find any nudity in there whatsoever, or any kind of legitimately sexy scenes in there, yeah, somebody's clearly lying to you when it comes to that. And yeah, nothing about this movie makes any sense whatsoever. It's a film that's trying to cash in on the success of American Pie. Everyone's trying to create their own success because American Pie was such a success. But American Pie worked because you actually like the characters and you actually like the raunchy comedy. Here, you don't get any of that, man. It's too mean-spirited. There's no characters you really get invested into. It's trying to be raunchy for the sake of being raunchy, even if it has to go with jokes that are not really all that funny or clever. And it's just a waste of time. And there is good talent involved in here. Amanda Peet proves that she can be a really talented actress. We've seen her in a couple of movies up to this point. Brian Van Holt, a pretty good actor who's been in a couple of things, most notably Cougar Town. You have Jonathan Abrams, who we've talked about before. He's been in stuff like okay, clearly this is the wrong Jonathan Abrams. Apparently there's 2 Jonathan Abrams working in Hollywood. One's an actor, and I thought that this was the guy they were talking about, but no, this is the writer. This is a writer who's written for Mad Men. So, you know, hey, he found a way to evolve from here. Like, he worked on Mad Men, he worked on Raising the Bar. Callie Thorne was on Necessary Roughness and Rescue Me, Homicide. Bridget Moynihan, this was one of her early film roles. Of course, she's become a prolific actress in the years since then. There is potential here if a better script was involved and better writing was involved, and it didn't try to just straightforward rip off American Pie. But it just doesn't work. It's a movie that is trying too hard to bring you in with the TNA, and they don't even give you the TNA to begin with. It's a film that completely wastes your time. There's nothing about this movie that's enjoyable whatsoever. It's a waste of time. It's not funny. It's not clever. And it just wastes some talented people involved in here. It's the type of movie that you would expect to see on Labor Day weekend. Somebody dumping it out there because they couldn't put it out on any other weekend because nobody would go see it. So put it out on Labor Day weekend. Hope it makes the budget some money. And yeah, it didn't do it quite that. So yeah, that's Whipped for you. And so with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. The next time we meet, we'll take a look at 3 more movies, including Keanu Reeves and Marissa Tomei in The Watcher. We also have Renee Zellweger and Chris Rock as Nurse Betty. And we also have The Way of the Gun. So 3 films to look at next time around, and we will delve into those on the next episode. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the place on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So with that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.